Welcome to my YouTube channel. First and foremost, Happy New Year! So today guys, we're just gonna be having a deep dive into getting to know me. I've had AI prepare the questions, my interview questions in regards to me. So yeah, I hope you guys know me better now because I'm not really the best at interpreting myself to people because I think I'm confusing. I confuse myself. So, yeah. Talking about confusing, by the way, if this is the first time you are actually watching one of my videos, then probably you don't even know who I am. I am Zizo Elizabeth Mgoqi, the one and only. I'm just playing. Let's just dive into this, okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe. They like to say that a lot. So maybe it helps. But let's just get into the questions. I made myself some cute Q&A cards so that I can remember things that I want to express to people. And like I said, they AI generated. So let's just get to it. 1. Can you tell us about yourself and where you're from? Okay. Like I said, my name is Zizo Elizabeth Mgoqi. I am 22 years of age. I'm a mother. I'm a student. And I'm a businesswoman. That's pretty much what I do all day, every day. And I'm from Butterworth. It's a very small town. When you're approaching Tata, you're passing East London. That's in the Eastern Cape. It's beautiful and quaint. Sometimes dirty, but still beautiful and quaint. Okay, next question. Number 2. What was it like growing up in Butterworth? It was nice. When I was younger, I used to say this is the worst place to live in because it was so quiet. There was literally nothing to do. Like, I swear there was literally nothing to do. And then you see people just drink and drink all this time, and you think, okay, maybe drinking is a fun thing, those things like that. But it was quite eventful. It taught me a lot of stuff. It really did shape me growing up in such a diffused environment, I would say. I think it really did shape me. It made me strong. That's for one. Yeah, it definitely made me strong because when the environment is small, people start to act nasty, and nastiness is a bit big on that side. You develop quite a few insecurities. But next question. Okay, how would you describe your childhood? Okay, I think if I'm to answer this question, I would also need to explain that I was raised by my grandmother and, well, not my grandmother, my great grandmother. So, yeah, for me, I felt so blessed, and then there's nothing that woman gave me besides love. And that is that love that kind of shapes me today, that it makes me not want to settle for less love because I know what love feels like. So, yeah. So let's dive into this question. How would you describe your childhood and the role your grandmother played in your life? I think I basically answered that question, but yeah, basically the love and the protection really did mold me, and it makes me more open to relationships with other people, and I don't shut down when I meet other people because I come from a place of love and a place to want to give that love. So it's not like, oh. But anyways, next question. Okay, if you were told to describe yourself, how would you describe yourself? How would I describe myself? I don't know. Look, like I said, I confuse myself. So it must be very confusing for the people around me. I'm so sorry. But I don't know. I just think I'm like everything in just one packet. I'm nice, some would say. Not my friends, but some would say. Okay, I'm nice, I'm friendly. I am somebody who likes their own space and peace. I love life for the love of it. I love seeing other people smile. I love, I don't know, I'm just a joyous person and I just want to give what I get. And at the same time, I'm just so ambitious and quite reserved, I would say, sometimes. I definitely, for one, like my own solitude. But I also love a good time vibe. I love being out there with the masses, you know? So, I don't know. I'm just in between an extrovert and an introvert. I think that's where you'd find me. Yeah. And a couple of weird things after. Okay, next question. What does your love for chess say about you as a person? Okay, no. No. This was the wrong question. The first question is, what do you do during your free time, right? Okay, during my free time, I like to watch movies, series, play with makeup, and read on X. Basically, when I say read on X, I read what is happening in the world, new tech innovations, what gossip is out there, you know. Like, I just read everything and nature and all those stuff. It's like, yeah, I just like reading on X. And maybe be on Insta a couple of times. Not much of a TikTok person, but I do go on TikTok maybe like once a day. And then besides that, yeah, they say free time. Sometimes I do work on my free time, but it's all good. And I play chess with myself because I'm too deadly to be playing with anyone. But I'm just playing. Anyways, let's go to the next question. What does your love for chess say about you as a person? For me, chess, I don't know how to describe it actually. But it does make me happy, but I find it quite intriguing, you know. I find it quite interesting to be able to think 5 to 6 moves ahead, you know. To think what you have to think what move you are making and what plans. So I have to think of all alternative plans that your move could have meant, whereas it could have meant nothing at all. And you have to try to figure out what my moves have to say, the illusion, the deception behind it. And it's just a couple of pieces. It's just my mind versus yours. And yeah, I think that's what I like about chess. And then, and as a person, guess it just means I'm intriguing, guess. Okay, what do movies, series, and reading on X shape about your perspective on life? For one, when it comes to movies and series, I prefer sci-fi, science fiction, right? I like to believe in the impossibilities. The fact that there could be multiple dimensions out there and there could be multiple different versions of me. Okay, I'm geeky like that. But yeah, I really love sci-fi. I just finished one like today. It's called Earth Abides. And it was awesome. It was really awesome. Like, I had the best time. I literally did. Such that it was only 6 episodes, but it was very nice. A good friend recommended it to me. And then reading on X, like I said, it gives me knowledge about what is happening in the world. And it also assists me to know that I'm not the only person who thinks the way I do, the only person who wants to see things realistically, but also hides and the delusions of happiness. You know, that's what I would say. Reading on X helps me with that, and yeah, like I like to see humans prosper. It gives me an urge. And then, next question. I am thirsty, and I think I'm gonna take a break, and then we start all over again. Not all over again. I'm just gonna say cut, and then we come back to the next question. This is gonna be a long video. Okay, it's not gonna be a long video considering that we're only at 10 minutes. Hi guys, I have come back from the break, and you remember the break I told you about? I ended up not having a break, but having to clean up my mess. Oops, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm actually quite clumsy. I think it's a disease. But what happened is that first, the cue cards flew away, right? As I'm trying to catch the cue cards, my window is open. I'm standing by the window. I'm sitting by the window. And this happened. Look at my cue cards. They are now officially wet. But not all of them. Most of them survived. But it just sucks. But anyways, moving on. Okay. What's the most rewarding part of being a mother? Okay. I think, okay, first of all, right, I have loved that boy from the moment I met him. Like, from the moment I met him at the hospital, after being through so much. I was in labor for about 3 to 5 days, I think, around that period, plus recovery of the C-section. It was, for me, I have loved him since then, and I've wanted nothing more but to give him love and affection. And I think the most rewarding part of it is I'm young. I was that age not so long ago, right? So I can actually relate to him in terms of his emotions, which enables me to make him a better person, a person who can regulate his emotions and express himself, right? So it's very important for me, and I find it extremely rewarding, especially when I see him happy and smile. It just makes my day a whole lot brighter. Okay, next question before I become emotional. Okay, this is a big one. What qualities do you look for in a man? Mm-hmm. Okay, first and foremost, I like me a nice guy. You know, I like me a romantic guy. I like me a protector. I like me the typical manly man you see in a movie. I want that. You know, most people tell me you're probably not gonna get it. You're probably not gonna get that guy in the movie who loves you so much. And I'm like, okay, cool. If I don't get them, I don't get them. But like, at the end of the day, that's what I want. And yeah, just a manly, protective guy who knows that his responsibility is to provide despite my ambitions, right? Despite my ambitions, because I'm a girl who can get her own, okay? But despite that, just a man who can stand his ground, a man who can plan dates, and I can be equally as submissive and I can equally give, you know, but he needs to know how to initiate. Like, if he can't initiate and I have to be telling him what to do, I just find it so eek that I have to tell you that no, I don't want to do it your way because your way is hard. Why do I have to tell you? Like, why this can't just happen on its own, you know? I think I'm looking for that guy. I'm looking for the guy who just makes it happen on his own without me having to tell him, this is what I hate, this is not. Some things, yes, because we're learning each other and we're new personalities. Some things, yes, I might say, okay, we're still getting to know each other, and I tell you I don't like this and that. But when I have to continuously express myself that I don't do this like this, I don't do this like that, and then I just disconnect, I just move on. So when I look for a man, I want a man who's quite resilient and might possibly be able to handle some personalities. I don't know whose personalities, but some personalities. Okay, next question. Ooh, this is another big one. I don't know, but okay, let me just read it out for you guys. Can you tell us more about your businesses and what inspired you to start them? Okay. And then wait, the question was, can you tell us more about your businesses and what inspired you to start them? Okay, right. There's different motivations for me. There's different motivations. I like to challenge myself. I like to see how far I can push the boundaries to my own mind, you know. So that's why I probably keep busy most of the time. But I think I'm just gonna do a quick summary for why I started all of the businesses. But to start off, business was always a thing that I was very passionate about from a very young age. You know, people who know me personally know I've been pushing those biscuits and sweets since not primary, immediate phase, since immediate phase. So it's always been something that I've been very passionate about, but because I from the get go, from metric, I wanted to pursue business, but obviously I had to do the smarter choice and have a backup plan, you know. So yeah, I think basically education was my backup plan, and then now I am fully ready for the businesses. So either way, let's just do a quick summary of why I started each business. So I think my first business that I started when I got to PE was clothing, and I failed miserably. And I say miserably. And I did a bit of coding as well. I did a bit of coding, trying to code websites, and I failed at that as well. But it just required too much time and too much effort from my side. So I was like, ugh, am I smart enough to do it? Yes, but am I dedicated enough to do coding? No. So, yeah. And then initially when I started drinking, I was a wine girly, you know. I was just more of I'm still a wine girly, but I was more intrigued by wines. And then one day it came to me. I want to start a wine brand. And I told my friend, okay, Chomi, let's start a wine brand. You know, we had this conversation. I was like, and I read on it. And when I have an idea, I like to do my research about it. I read all the things that I needed to do before I could start, you know. And I started with the process. And my friend was like, initially the plan was to start with my friend. But she was like, show me maybe around September. And I was like, girl, okay, cool. Maybe we'll start something together. And then I went ahead and started Lariana Wines on my own. Because if I have an idea, I like to push it while my motivation and what's this word? Momentum. And my momentum is still going. So I like to push it while it's still fresh. So I reached out to this lady in Cape Town. I reached out to a few people first, but then their asking price for what I wanted to do was a bit higher. Some wanted money as about 33,000 for initial stock, and I just couldn't do it. So I was like, okay, because I didn't have the money. And then I started small. Definitely I started small. Am I still small? Yes. But we're definitely going to be working on that this year. And then, yeah, I talked to the lady. We talked prices. And obviously you need to get her permission first before you sell. And then I went ahead with my licensing but and registration, but the ones that I have that I can legally sell right now is more of I can sell personally, like from hand to hand as a bridge supplier. but I can't sell at supermarkets, shops, or clubs for now. And I'm still in the process of getting my licensing for that. So maybe you might have to look out for the shelves as soon as it's processed. It needs a lot of money, that's why. Okay. And then my second business is Let's Beautify by Z. I think Let's Beautify by Z was the door opener, right, for me. Because Lariana Wines was the first door. But it wasn't generating as much money as I wanted it to. It was generating money, but it just wasn't generating the amounts that I wanted. And girl, I'm a luxurious girl, okay? I like things. I like money. I like flashy things, you know, and I like the flashy lifestyle. I'm not gonna play and say I don't like it, okay? So I need to work for that shit. Anyways, so with Let's Beautify by Z, it started last year. I was thinking about when I'm finishing my degree and what I'm gonna do with my life. And I was like, jobs are scarce. And I stayed with my mother and my granny for about 1.5 weeks. Yeah, weeks. And then I was like, you know what? Those women like to yell. They be yelling and yelling and spreading all this negativity, you know. And at the same time, I'm very happy with them, but you know, like moms and yelling, and I'm not very good with receiving yelling. Like even with my friends, if I feel a hint of aggression, I keep my distance, you know. I don't like being yelled at or sweared at. And then, okay, and then I was like, okay, let me just go back to PE, right? Before I left, I had initially bought a full makeup kit. I bought it from Shane, and lashes and cluster lashes from the lash box, and all of these things that I had ordered hadn't arrived by the time I had to leave Res. So I had to leave without them, but then when they got delivered, I told my friend who works at a salon to please receive them for me, and then I shall collect them from him. And then days went by, and I was like, I'm bored here, and I don't like being broke, you know. And I had a couple of savings, but they weren't staying with me. They were staying with my baby daddy. We have this weird relationship whereby we share funds. Anyways, and then, okay, let me drink some water. And then I decided to come back. I started looking for a place. I talked to my baby daddy and I told him, you know what, I don't think I will have a sustainable future here. I'm not gonna die out like this. I'm not gonna do this. I need to go back. What is happening currently now, I'm using money from funds that I don't have, you know. So I might as well just go back and try my luck and see what I can do. Luckily for me, I came back in December and business was booming, honey. I was this thing, traveling to people. What do you call it again? Call outs, yeah, call in, all of that, all those things. Yeah, so I was doing those things because I was still staying with my aunt while I was looking for a place. And then I found this beautiful pet house from a lady named Nandi, and I stayed here. And then initially I didn't even have a bed, I didn't have food, I didn't have nothing. But every time I was making money, I was buying stuff because I had come with my son, because I was like, I've been separated from my son for a very long time, and if I'm gonna be traveling and doing this thing, I need to go with him, you know. And then I left with him, and that boy has suffered through that first month. But at the same time, I made sure that he didn't feel that he suffered, you know. And we had school fees. At the same time, my baby daddy was contributing. Kudos to that man, because he kind of made this happen. He worked with me. We made 50-50 on everything. We made sure that everything was a 50-50. And then that's where Let's Beautify by Z came. It was an idea out of my desperation. It was my way out. The way out, I thought. Because I'm good at makeup, and I might learn nails, and I can do lashes because I had already started doing lashes in what's this thing? At Res. But then it was Lashes by Z. It wasn't Let's Beautify by Z. So now, yeah. And then the Premium Gadget Store. My third business. Okay. Like I said, I'm a bit geeky. I would admit that to myself. I'm a bit geeky. I love tech, okay? I love tech, and I love tech for the love of it. So the Premium Gadget Store is about my love for tech and fixing broken things, because most of the phones that we have are fixed phones. We fix them, we love them, we take them and we fix. Sometimes you just be lucky, you have somebody who wants to trade in, wants to buy a phone from you. So some of the phones we collect that way, you know. And that's where it started from, and I've been at it ever since. It's one of my top earning businesses. Well, it's one of my top earning businesses. Well, it is my top earning business, but okay. Yeah, and then let's go to another one. Camel property placements. Okay, I've always been interested in real estate. I am still interested in real estate, and I'm trying to get my real estate license, but I'm trying to find the easiest alternative. Where I'm at right now is I'm trying to find the easiest alternative for me to get my real estate license and still be practicing real estate. And so for me, KML property placement started with me. I went out there and I looked for a flat, but it was mainly just for like a couple of days. People would come stay a couple of days and go and all those stuff. And then I further expanded it to being a middleman. So basically, my company is not a real estate agency, right? It's a real estate middleman. So I work with agents who are looking for people to occupy. I make the job easier for the agents, right? I do the viewings. I don't directly handle the property. Another agent handles the property according to law. So they handle the property. I bring customers, right? I bring clients. Clients come to me, they reserve a spot. When properties come to me and want placement and they want people to fill the rooms, I am there to provide for them. And that's one of the things that comes as a benefit of being signed in as a KML property placement client. So yeah, I really enjoy it. I don't want to lie. You meet so many different people and it's quite interesting. So and then my fifth but not complete business is Z's closet. Z's plus size closet. So basically the whole idea behind Z's plus size closet is that I love fashion. I love clothes. I love being pretty. I love being the star of the show. Okay? So because I love those things, I think those things make me happy and prettier as a woman, you know? And I know that out there there's plus size people who don't believe in themselves, who don't have the confidence that I have. And I was once one of those girls who was told, cover up, do this, do that. Coming from a small place, you are often told, you shouldn't show this, you shouldn't do that. You are big, you should be wearing this, you should be wearing that. And For me, Z's plus size closet is about showing other plus size women that clothes can really fit you just perfectly and snug when you're bigger. It's just about how do you wear it? How do you accentuate yourself as a woman, believing that you are much more prettier inside and on the outside. It comes from a good place. And I'm very passionate about it. I think for me, where I fail in this business is execution. And it's something that I want to work on, mainly like open a website, really, really go out there and get lots of stock, because I just operate on low stock, and I think that's also prohibiting me from pushing it further. So I want to push it further this year, hopefully. And yeah, and then I have 2 upcoming babies coming up. Oh, well, one is an old baby that I had to close down because of lack of time and focusing, because I needed to focus on 4 businesses at a time. So right now I'm just opening this entrepreneur hub. Hope I said it correctly. Yeah. So all of those businesses are just working together to make me alive. Yeah. So I think we should take a break, because I'm thirsty, and my phone, I want to check on my battery. Okay, my lovings, I am back. Ta-da. So like I said, I have 2 more launches, and I think those are going to be my last launches for about the next 2 to 3 years. And I can't promise on that though. But if I can do well on those ones and just push them through, I think, yeah, I'm going to be solidly good and content with my ambition. So my 2 launches. One is free online money making ways, right? So free online money making ways, I started it in 2023, late 2023. I didn't have much time to pursue it in 2024. So basically, I went out there, right? I'm a person who's very curious about what happens in the world. And I went out there, I looked and I searched for online money making ways. Because at the time, I'm still a student, I'm only thinking about like online money making ways. And then I did it. I found them, and I was generating a good amount of income, but I wasn't generating the amount that I wanted to generate, And I started going out there, and I looked for them. I looked for more. I would use that money for for groceries. So you can actually add your PayPal on Uber Eats, and then you can just buy groceries there. So I would use it for that. It did generate a good amount of money, but the problem and the issue with it was time. It was time consuming. It wasn't that much time consuming, but I think I was more lazier towards it as well. But we're gonna have a relaunch of that, because a lot of people did get some solace from the small incomes that they were getting. And also I buy dollars, right? So I would buy online. I buy mainly online dollars. So when you are using the option with me, right? Some people don't know how to withdraw from PayPal, or they don't want the waiting period of withdrawing funds from PayPal. So how I would help them is I would buy their dollars. So for each dollar, I pay you a certain amount, and I pay that amount in cash or transfer. So people actually had a withdrawal method through the way I was introducing the apps, and they really miss the services, and I'm about to relaunch that again. And then the next one is Reina Affiliate Network Partners. With that one, I think I'm just going to leave it there. But yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it there because I would be basically giving you guys my business plan. At least the other ones, they basically are live and well. And I was just giving you a description of what they are. I don't want you guys to steal my business ideas. But anyways, even if you did, you wouldn't be able to execute them the way that I do. But anyways, that's me. And I think basically my businesses are a interpretation of who I am. Like they're an expansion of the things that make me happy and the things that give me purpose and the things I find intriguing. And exploring those different facets of my mind gives me my own solace. Okay. What's the most exciting and challenging part of launching 2 new businesses? Okay, for me, like I said, I like to push my boundaries. I think for me, planning and launching businesses is the easy part. Making sure that they grow is also the fun and the hard part. It's the fun and the hard part. Really taking that idea and making it into a reality. Step by step, reminding yourself that you need to be patient because not everything is going to go your way. Praying and putting faith in a higher power. Those are the things that excite me about having new babies and new ventures to explore. So, yeah. And then number 11, I think I should kind of like rush this through now because I don't want it to be too long, And then, how has studying psychology at NMU influenced your approach to life and work? I think me studying psychology has really influenced me. I see people for who they are. I see them for what they stand for. I don't see tribe. I don't see color, I don't see gender, I don't see all of those things. All the boundaries that humans have made for themselves, the discrepancies. I have male friends, I have female friends. I want to know each and every single person. I want to see them smile. The little things, the little things. I think that's what psychology has done for me because once upon a time, I was also shallow-minded. I still am a bit shallow-minded, but towards materialistic things, not towards people. Okay, I like to over-explain myself because look at this question. It's exactly what I just explained. But let's dive into it. You've mentioned that you're a lover of life. What are the little things in life that make you the happiest? Okay, for me, I love seeing people happy. I love seeing the smile. I like seeing the moments, the beautiful moments that people spend together, Just the reflection of love, the laughter, the memories, living in the moment, just letting go. Saying arimba, just being happy. I love seeing nature prevail, seeing my son laugh, seeing bro explore stuff, Jay, just loving and enjoying life. Jay, just solitude, happiness, peace. All of those things, those beautiful moments, and you just look at them, and you just look at humans, and you be like, this is actually God's creation. I am sitting in God's creation. I am God's creation. The magnificent, seeing how complex the mind is. The beautiful things. Seeing birds fly. To know that life is not something that is promised. To wake up in the morning and to see the sun. And say, okay, I'm awake and I'm grateful. Those beautiful little things. Those beautiful little things. And then, I hope I'm almost done. Hope you guys are enjoying this, okay? Because I am really really, really spreading myself thin and trying to allow you guys in, because I'm not very good with allowing people in facially, especially if they do things that make me feel like they're not really trying to get to know me. So maybe this could be a bridge. Okay. How do you balance being bubbly and spreading love while focusing on your ambition? I tell you, it's the hardest thing ever. You know, you want, sometimes people be asking for discounts and free stuff and stuff like that. And you be like, no, I can't. But deep down inside, you know that if I could, I would. You know, it's just so sad. But yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. It's the hardest. And also sometimes when there's family and people asking you for stuff, and you know you got this money, but it's for business, and you have to stay straight and focus on your goal. So sometimes you just wish you could just give, but you can't, because your business comes first. You growing as a person comes first, and it's very hard. I swear. You can even see from my face, it's quite hard. Okay. Can you expand on your perspective about money being a key to freedom, but not the source of it? Okay, basically, right? If you know me, you know I love money, and I'm not lazy to work for it either. So, because I know that with money, there's a lot of doors that can open. Being a realistic person, right? You know that money is the source of most things, right? It's not the source of your happiness. It's not the source of your joy, but it is means towards your happiness and your joy. Have you ever seen a person who's stressed out happy? Never. So if you want to say stress go away, you get chankura come in, right? So that being my perspective, like it's means to freedom, but it's not the key, right? It is the key to freedom, but it is not the source of it. You can open freedom with it. You are free from all the boundaries that you have at work, in your social life. If you want to seclude yourself, if you have money, you can just seclude yourself. If you want space when you have money, you can just space yourself. You don't have to think so hard to solve common problems, you know. And hence it is the key to your freedom. For you to actually be yourself and be the person you want to be, not the person that you have to be because you're stuck in a place because of money. But it's not your source of your happiness. The source of your happiness comes from within, comes from deep inside you. And when you express yourself and living in the moments that make you happy, not in the moments that make other people happy. Like truly, truly expressing yourself and who you are. Wait, I need to get some more lip gloss. Okay, pause and come back. Okay. I'm back. You thought you lost me, huh? Nope, I'm still here. Okay, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? For me, I think it would either be Paris or London, right? Hear me out, not because they're hot spots, but because of the history that they have. You know, the French have quite a unique je ne sais quoi history, and the British even more. Like they have iconic monarchs, they have iconic people who lived, royalties who were able to expand their minds and in ruling people and all those stuff. I find those things quite interesting, you know, when things happen and when people who are put in great positions of power have to adapt themselves and have to tackle things not most ordinary people have to tackle. So it's very rich in history. I know some will say it's a colonial history. Wah. Yes, it is. But do I find it interesting? Yes. Yes, very much so. And then I blame Bridgerton. But anyways, I've loved London way before Bridgerton. Also, I think it kind of also describes me from the way I look at it. It is a beautiful, quaint city with lots of history and artistic people, But at the same time, it's lively. People can have fun and be joyous and just have a good time and be good time well. So I think I also like that about it. So I think it would be London. But I would need to have a lot of money to stay in London because I hear the rates and the land in the UK is quite expensive. So yeah. Next question. Okay, let's see. What did you have to ask me? Okay. How do you see your YouTube channel evolving in the next few years? Okay, I think I would like to see it, bro. I would really like to see it impacting people, and I would really like to see people find solace in me expressing myself and finding similarity in terms of those things that I mentioned. Like, I'd really like to meet someone and have them say, you know what, you expressing yourself like this makes me want to express myself and allow the world in to see who I am and what I stand for, allowing people to heal from within. I don't know. I sound like a hobo, but I ain't a hobo. I sound like those vegetarian hobos at that. And also in London, they have a nude city. I'm a bit of a nudist. I like being nude. I sleep naked. Yeah, so I think I would love London so that maybe one weekend I can just go there and pounce around naked. It's something that I've always wanted to do, but I've never just achieved it. Okay, let me answer this call and get back to y'all. Okay, I am back. So, but I think I'm on the last part of this very, very wonderful interview that we had. And so, the last question is, where do I see myself in 5 years? I see myself retired. I see myself with successful businesses that can run on their own. I see myself just calculating the numbers and enjoying my life. I'm probably married and have my second child. Because I love being a mother. Ooh. Yeah, but not right now. But I want to have a child with the right man. If I could do it with my baby daddy again, I think I would. Because he's a good dad. And yeah. Also, I see myself, I don't have small dreams, and saying them to you guys would just make it seem like I'm bragging, but I don't have small dreams. That person who sounds like an overachiever and is an overachiever, that's me. So that's where I see myself in 5 years. With tons of titles and awards. But I have enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it with me, and really took the time. I hope that you guys really take the time to get to know me better and just to get to see me in a different light, because I know I can be a meanie. But that's not who I am. But I just have created this very big boundary and this very big wall, and I don't regret it 1 second. I don't regret it, because it protects me, and it also allows me to express myself in things that I don't like. So that boundary is there to keep the bullshit out. So, but then if it's not bullshit and it's good vibes and happiness, welcome in to my casa, su casa. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you on my next video, because I really plan on doing this more often. I really plan on doing them. Hopefully 2025 is not as busy as 2024, because 2024 had me by the balls. But anyways, I was still launching stuff and I was still trying to find my feet. So I'm really hoping this year is less busier and I can focus on the things that matter as well. Bye. Love ya.